going to cut at each corners, you know. Otherwise, it's going to cost me money and putting a different head on or a bit different shaft. And it's a rarity. It's less than 3% of my customers come back and say, I don't like this. So,
right.
but the fact that they can is a big selling point. And it makes it easier to sell something they don't know what it is.
You know, while we're on that subject, I've got a question here, 2 questions I'd like to briefly ask. Actually, Jeff, are you there?
Yes.
Ask both you guys, and let's not spend more than a minute or 2 on this, but Robert asked a question here on the dashboard, which launch monitor is best? I know it's a big question, but just briefly, what are you using, Rick?
I'm using the Golf Achiever. I use the Golf Achiever because it measures
the
ball
speed. Okay.
It measures ball speed.
What'd you pay?
Paid $4,500 for it.
Right, yeah.
It measures ball speed, launch angle, and azimuth, which is left to right launch angle. Those are three very important parameters for fitting. It doesn't measure spin. I'm not so sure that a lot of the golfers that I fit in the slower swing speeds, that spin makes a huge amount of difference. You know, but you know, there are launch monitors out there you can spend $25,000 or $30,000 on that will do really good jobs. There's no doubt about it. The company has been very, very good to me. I've never paid for any kind of upgrades on software. I've always had excellent service. Parts I get, you know, and you know, they send out they thought the motherboard was going out not too long ago. They said, well, you know, the motherboard's $300, but, you know, I tell you what, we'll send you one for free.
Great.
And, you just can't beat those kinds of
Yeah,
things.
you're paying for a premium product, so you're getting premium service. Jeff, what's your thoughts on, real quick, on launch monitors?
Well, I think all of them are good because they give you good information. It just depends on how much you want to spend. Obviously, the one Rick was talking about for $25,000, $30,000, that's going to be TrackMan. That's what you see on TV. But most club makers are never going to have enough volume to be able to pay for it, and they really need to weigh that when they go into it. There's a few others that are less expensive. The Vector would be along the same category as the Golf Achiever, and then you have another one, the Flight Scope, that's kind of TrackMan light, so to speak. That's probably about $8,000. Hey,
I want to switch gears real quick here on the.
Let me say
go ahead.
quickly. Also, video I think is a very, very important factor at fitting. It kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off of you as a club fitter because they get to see their swing. And they understand that they've got to go get lessons. And if a customer will be custom fit for golf clubs and take lessons, they're going to improve and they're going to tell people about you.
And also the customer has that video feedback. They can see it right in front of them. There's a dazzle effect too of a launch monitor. Hey, I want to switch gears here real quick on and just briefly talk about pricing, which I forgot to talk about Tony. I've got a question here from Robert. How much should I charge for a custom fit driver or set of irons? Any words of advice? I appreciate you saying, Rick, at the beginning that you're not the cheapest. I mean, what's your pricing strategy?
Well, like I said,
I don't need to know exactly like cost plus 30 or anything like that, but are you what the market can bear?
It's pretty much I keep track of like I said earlier, I keep track of what's going on the internet.
Right.
You know, I look at companies like TGW.com. I don't have time to go by all my competition and check their pricing all the time. That's a quick way to figure out what iron sets are selling for, to keep from getting blindsided by these people that walk in the door that say, I bought a driver and got a free fairway wood, you know, that kind of stuff. I also, like I said, I price against the custom. Every one of those webs, I hate to say Golfsmith because they're a component company, but they also sell golf clubs. And then their golf club sales for Callaway or whatever, they offer a custom fit option. Every golf shop offers a custom fit option. Those things are custom ordered from the manufacturer. I try to price against those prices, not against the prices that are the closeout prices or the sale prices.
Right. Yeah. So you do your homework and look at what the market can bear primarily on the website. Don't you hate that guys coming in from what they're buying from eBay and just seeing some of these people are just giving it away?
Well, it's funny to get people in from eBay until they say they can't, doesn't fit me, and you go,
right.
I wonder why.
Exactly.
But it turns out that the shafts are usually pullouts and placed into something. There's some pretty shoddy stuff going on eBay, and people need to understand that. I almost charge double. If somebody walks in and they're stupid enough to,
right.
I'd normally charge $15 to install a shaft, and I charge $30 if they say they bought it on eBay.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so the reason for your success, again, Rick, you would say would be personal service and relationship building, correct? And like you told me on the phone, we're selling clubs, or we're not selling clubs, we're selling a service.
Well, we have to figure out what they're buying. Are they buying a driver? Or are they buying being able to get off the tee box? I had a guy come in the day before yesterday that said, I can play my irons really well. He says, it doesn't matter which club other than a 7-iron that I hit off the tee box. I can't get off the tee box. And I said, well, we're going to fix that. And I put him in a 12-degree driver. He says, I can't hit a 12-degree driver. That's too much loft. And he comes back 3 days later, and he says, I can't believe how straight I can hit it. He says, I love it. It's just what are they buying? I mean, we got to sell them what they're buying. Are they buying a driver? Because if they are, they can go to Dick's and buy a driver. If they're buying a better golf game, that's what we need to be selling them.
I agree. How about for any future goals? Anything you're going to be doing next year differently, marketing-wise?
I'm going to add some more dollars to the Golf Channel and stuff like that. I have realized that the best time to market is when you don't need the business, because when you really need the business, you don't usually have the money. I'm going to spend some more money. I'm going to add a projector to project some of the stuff that's coming off my launch monitor against a screen that they're hitting into, so that they get a little bit more feedback. I've heard that works well. Just to add some more sizzle. I mean, every now and then we've got to add some sizzle. That's my opinion.
I agree. And that's a good segue. Do you want to briefly do a quick plug for the ICG?
The ICG is kind of a no-brainer if you're a club maker. The ICG is a group that's been formed that we allow folks like Jeff Summit to come in and post if they like. Rob, you've always been invited to come in. We want guys to come in and ask. It's clubmakersguild.com.
Clubmakersguild.com. Great.
Correct. And with everybody from beginners to seasoned veterans to old guys that that can't hardly walk but have been building golf clubs for 40 years. You'll get stories about working with Stan Thompson. You'll get stories